snacks.
What's going on, everybody? Your boy Sin here, back straight from the Anime Vault, and got something to talk to y'all about. This past week, something great happened in the anime world and the comic book world. Batman Ninja came out, and I got a chance to sit down and watch it. I've been waiting for it, so I'm here to tell y'all my thoughts on it. So let's just start off with what it's about. In this iteration of Batman, Gorilla Grodd, yes, Flash's Gorilla Grodd, comes to Gotham to test out his time travel device that he's just created, and he ends up pulling not only himself, but some of the Bat family and some of Gotham's most villainous villains back to feudal Japan along with Batman. The way all of this goes down, Batman actually shows up 2 years after everybody else just because of his interference when everything kind of happened. So now he has to find Grodd, everybody else, and get them back to modern day Gotham City. So that's just the premise. I don't want to spoil too much for you because I want you to sit down and watch it and see some of the things that's going to happen in it. But with just that right there, the basics, should you take the time out of your busy schedule to give this one a viewing? What do y'all think?
Hell yes. He cheating. He's saying it already. Yes. No.
I'm going to say yes. All right, so let's just start with the pros. Number one, I think they take a great job of taking one of our beloved comic book heroes and bringing them into the anime world where we've seen that kind of fail before with X-Men, Blade. Even Batman had like a collection of stories done by, anime people, some years back, and they didn't really hit too well over there, and they really didn't hit too well here either. So then they did a great job of taking one of our beloved people, taking them to Japan, and doing their thing and making it all work out really, really well. Number two, the character designs. Character designs were really, really dope. Like everybody's feudal age looks amazing, and like just like the little places around them, like how they build up their little areas to represent them and all that kind of stuff. It was really, really done well. Really done well. Number three, I believe they did a great job of finding a way to appease both the comic book people and the anime people. Like there's elements from both that blend really, really well in this, and I think they did a great job with that. There's something for everybody, whether you're in the anime or whether you're into like the DC animated movies. There's something there for everybody that you'll enjoy. Number four, one of the story aspects that I like about it is, slight spoiler, but Batman having to deal with not being able to use his tech out there, and him having to come face to face with realizing how much he relies on his tech when he's out there being Batman, which I thought was really cool. And last, as far as the pros go, cosplayers, it has a lot of dope stuff for the cosplay community, so I would like to see y'all put in that work and see these things pop up. As far as the cons go, one, I felt like it was rushed. The story was rushed. Not like they just threw something together, but they want to do so much with the Batman universe. They packed in so much, so many different characters, and wanted to show like kind of like with each character kind of like show what they do just in anime form. It was a lot, and it felt like everything was just going quickly for like the whole 90 minutes, an hour 25, whatever it was. It felt like if they had cut back some of the characters and gave it probably a little less than 2 hours just to really flush out, just to really tell a little bit more stories, since we're getting them in this feudal age, it would have been dope. Second, I personally was not a fan of the Joker's voice. It annoyed me less later on. Didn't bother me by the end, but just as a personal preference, didn't like his voice too much. Number three, the Red Hood animation sequence. It felt completely unnecessary to me. Like the first time you get to see Red Hood, they do this whole artsy, funky kind of, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, like it just felt, if it was like a dream sequence, okay, but just.
It's like a storybook almost.
Yeah, it was weird looking. It just felt unnecessary. Like it didn't need to be there. But number four, this one kind of goes back to Batman having to deal with not being able to use his tech. There's a point where he comes to grip with it, and he's going to use everything from this feudal age to defeat the bad guys and get everybody back, and makes this big declaration, and I felt like it kind of felt short. know what I mean? Like, all right, we're gonna use everything out here, and make these ninja stars and do all this kind of cool stuff. And you think you're gonna see like a whole bunch of versions of what he would usually do, just in a feudal age type of form, and you get very little of that. It doesn't make it a little bit. It doesn't make up a little bit for like at the end fight, but I was just a little disappointed. Like, the part where he pulls like all these stuff out, I'm like, oh, they're about to use all this in battle, and no, they don't. I was a little bit upset about that. And number 5, the monkeys and God Batman. Like, I don't want to spoil it, but I was like, okay, y'all doing too much at this point. Like, come on, let's reel it back in at this point. Overall, though, I did really enjoy it. There is one moment where it gets very anime, and people who aren't used to it, that might throw you off a little bit. It didn't do it for me because I like anime and I enjoy it, but I can see how it would turn some people off. And the only other thing I would change personally is I would put in background instead of Red Robin. Do we really care that Red Robin was... I'd have rather seen Batgirl in that setting. But what do y'all think? Do y'all agree with me? Would you rather see those two characters swap and see her feudal age version instead of, Red Robin's? Do you want to see a sequel? Because there are Easter eggs at the end. Do you want to see a sequel? Do me a favor. Hit me in the comments. Let me know what you thought of it. If you enjoyed it like I did. How do you feel about my pros? How do you feel about my cons? Let's talk about it. With that, I'm Sin, and I'm out.
Loading snacks.